Hello, hello. I am Angela Logan, and this is Everyday Shenanigans. Thanks for joining me. It is Thursday, December 5th, 2019. Welcome, welcome. Welcome, new subscribers, visitors, friends, family. Thanks for joining me. I want to bring you a story that's deriving out of Texas, and if you need confirmation for this said story, you can log on to the Newsbreak app, and it is a source of kwtx.com. Now, some of you may not know about the Newsbreak app. They have several apps that you can get local information from the city that you're in. So you go to Newsbreak or Breaking News. It has local stories. It also has national stories. So this source is coming from the Breaking News app, and you can download it onto your phone and get said stories in your local area and national news. Okay, it reads as follows. 1-year-old toddler and her brother found dead of neglect in a house. A manslaughter probe is underway after a post-mortem concluded that a 1-year-old Texas toddler who was reportedly discovered dead with her brother in late September perished due to neglect. While Jania Boyd's reason and method of death have been ascertained, sources reported that post-mortem results for her brother, Tariq Boyd, a 2-year-old, continue pending. On September 30th, Tariq and Jania Boyd's bodies were discovered in their Temple house with their mother, Tarika Haynes, 36 years old, who was reportedly aware but unresponsive. 2 girls, aged 4 and 6, were transferred from the house at the time. The horrible discovery was reportedly initiated after the Salvation Army urged local police to carry out a welfare check. A police officer addressed that an odor of decay was emanating from the house, which was heated and did not have power or flowing water. The police official spoke that one of the girls recovered from the house was discovered on the ground next to Haynes, the mother. Mercy. The house reportedly had nothing to drink, which was littered with dry 2-liter bottles of soda, including dry juice cartons. Haynes was captured on endangerment charges on October 16th. Sources report that as of Tuesday, she is facing 2 extra counts of abandonment or endangerment of a minor and threatening bodily vulnerability. She continues to be jailed on a $150,000 bond. And that is the end of that story. I found that on the Newsbreak app, which you can download to your phone. And the source is kwtx.com. Okay, now for my commentary. This is a very tragic story of a 1-year-old and 2-year-old found deceased in a house that I'm assuming was deemed unfit for habitation. I got a view of the pictures. They were not nice. The few pictures, the 2 that they showed, looked like a very cluttered home. And now that we know that there was no water, there was no electricity, you can only imagine what it would have been like in late September in Texas. The heat was probably detrimental to one's health. Then you don't have running water. You don't have food, possibly, because how did they die? As I stated, the other child, they have not ascertained death, and that other child's death don't have a cause of death as of yet. Naturally, I will bring you the update when I get that said information, but I am disturbed because a 2- and 1-year-old found deceased in a house with no water, nothing to drink, and they were dead in there, everybody. They were inside the house, deceased with the mother. So you put that on paper. And not only that, not only was she in there with the 2 small children, the 2-year-old and a 1-year-old, she had 2 other children that she was in there with, a 6-year-old and a 4-year-old. So now we're talking about 4 children inside of a house. Why is the bond so low? What is $150,000 for 2 deaths and 2 child endangerment charges? How is it that you went to capture her? That's another issue. Did you let her bond out, or did you not arrest her yet? Because they said she was unresponsive. So I don't know if that means inebriated, on drugs, or she just wasn't talking. Oh, mercy. Another sad, tragic story. I was leery about bringing another story because I am already currently discussing 2. um, children's deaths on here, and then another 19-year-old's death. And it just seems so tragic to, continuously talk about deceased children. But some of you feel like, I am the voice for some reason, and I do appreciate that compliment, but I just don't want to be, ho-hum all the time on this channel. And but as I stated, I came across that article this afternoon when I was scrolling through to bring you the video before this, and it came across my little information desk, and I thought, you know what? These are some beautiful kids, and the world needs to know that something tragic happened in Texas, Temple, Texas, and two beautiful babies, mind you. And I'm baffled because a 1 and a 2-year-old, they didn't stand a chance. Not eating, not drinking. You got to have water. You have got to have water. You've got to have water to drink. You've got to have water to bathe. You got to have water to brush your teeth. You got to have water to boil noodles, macaroni and cheese. I mean, you all know the drill. And so this is bad. And so you already know if there's no water, there was nothing to drink, then there wasn't any food. And I'm very curious to what they meant by unresponsive. That's one I need to get further detail on, because I need to know if this sister was just not talking or she was laid out. But they said she was lying on the ground with one of the other children, one of the other ones, the 6 or 4-year-old. So maybe she was outside getting air because it was too hot inside. And naturally, as I stated, the other 2 small ones, the 2-year-old and 1-year-old, were inside, decayed, and I don't know how long they were in there deceased. But imagine smelling that and staying in there and sleeping in there, living in there. Maybe that's why she was outside when they came to the house, when the police came to do the welfare check. But I'm thankful for the Salvation Army of that town that called. Obviously she had some dealings with this organization, and maybe she didn't follow through with an appointment, and they got concerned. Maybe they knew of her situation as far as, not having the power, and it's still warm in Texas. And by the grace of God, they sent the law out there. But Lord have mercy, how long were those babies in there deceased? How long were they going without food and water? All those children, not just the 2-year-old, the 1 and 2-year-old, but there was also a 6 and 4-year-old. So it's heinous either way. And by the grace of God, the 6-year-old and 4-year-old are alive and no longer in her care, because naturally she's been apprehended and she is in custody on a very low bond that should be higher than $150,000. What's amazing to me is the judicial system. You give somebody a low bond for 2 dead babies, plus neglect of 2 other children, and you give a low bond. Now, what if she had access to money or had somebody that was kind enough to say, I'll bond her out? And then you'd never see her. Because think about it. The article states she was captured, which means she went on after the fact knowing she had 2 dead children. So why would you give her a bond? Because if you had to go find her, you would have to go find her again after she bonded out of jail. They are so greedy for money, the system. The same system they want people to obey and adhere to. They free people on bonds to only get out and kill again. And then they sit in court and deny, lie, laugh and smirk in court as if it's a joke. We are living in a cruel world, and these people out here, they don't care anything about nobody. And as I've always said, they can't care about you. They can't care about a baby because they don't care about themselves. I am Angela Logan, and this is Everyday Shenanigans. Thanks for listening. Bye-bye.